Datsun.
Relax! Oh no! Me!
Screamer. Pixelated.
Barge.
Sir.
Smurf.
Yes.
Ferrari badge. Stars.
I don't know.
Legendary. Popular.
Pro.
Lilac. Body kit.
Handiwork. High vis. Boosted.
Turbocharged. Signatures. Thousands. Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to Silverstone. We are doing a backwards entry into the public car park. We're here to look around at the cars inside the show. If you haven't seen the arrivals video, go do that first, but I'll see you in the show once we've actually turned around. We didn't join the queue for our car park because we thought we'd try the other queue, and the other queue goes a little bit further than our queue. I've never seen the public car park so vast as well. Mine is somewhere in the mess. The E39 with its side exit exhaust is demonstrating the gridlock on the way into one of the other car parks. But welcome to the public car park that I am in. There's a white Chaser there. There's a white Chaser there. I'm up there. I reckon there's about 50 Chasers here today. I tried to count them. I lost count, but I'm guessing 50 Toyota Chasers. They're too common. Everyone loves them though. T-shirts available. And look, behind my 350Z is another one, a Roadster with actually similar wheels as well. Aha, we've won. We found a queue that doesn't exist. We can get in straight away. Usually we've got cars parked all the way over there, but they're building a go-kart track apparently. So we've got a few here, and we're going to have to go quite a long way round to get to any of the show cars, and these ones are going to be ignored somewhat, I reckon. So we start off with a Toyota Chaser, a white variant, and then this wide-arched Datsun Fairlady Z. I think it's because the drifting has stopped, but it's a really eerie vibe and mood. It's very quiet. People are just appreciating the Japanese cars on display, but no one's shouting, so I feel like I can't. We've got a Dragon Ball Z livery on the S2000. I thought it was flowers when it came in, but no, it's Dragon Ball Z all the way around. But we're going to go beyond this point and see the rest of the show cars, which this year are around the back of the ring. Look how popular the MX-5s are. I know there are loads here, but the crowd are just everywhere. To go from MX-5s to 350Zs, a little bit less crowded, but just as populated. But now that the track time has started, we're going to go to the end and work our way back, because then the crowd will be less crowded. Music is playing, vibes are high, they've brought a couch to the show. You look relaxed.
I am extremely relaxed, Adam.
This is a pretty cool section. Got S-bodies, R32 with an RB20 on display, flashy headlights too. That is a clean 2JZ. Oh no, the Yaris! The Yaris is gone. That's gonna go off about half an hour now. Cool, mission accepted. And we have a first for any car show. This has never been done before. It might keep happening. I'm gonna take my sunglasses off for this one because I'm getting the combo of the century. It's me and me. I'm inside an RX8 again. What am I doing there? That's unusual. So a huge congratulations to the owner of the RX8 for featuring in the video. He did wear the face mask on the way in. I don't know if I caught it, but I'm glad I've caught it here. We'll see it on the departure video as well, I am sure. It's quite unusual. Normally this section is one of the main sections. It's filled up. Maybe they were predicting a bit of rain, but we've got a bit of sunshine, hence the sunglasses. But in front of us is where the end of the cars are. So we shall start at the end. It's a very good place to start. We've got the GR Yaris's and a convenient gap in the fence. So we start off with an R34 GTR. You're going to get used to seeing a lot of these because there's about 15 of them here in various colours. The A90 Supra and the purple S15. This is the exclusive JDM stand. There are various stands. Every car here should be Japanese. We might try and find like a Kia or something that isn't Japanese, but they should all be Japanese at the festival, including the Evo with its screamer. I'm reckoning this is Bayside Blue on the S15. It's just a hunch. It's got some fantastic wheels. These are the work wheels that I want myself for my Chaser. They look good on most barges and rear-wheel drive Japanese cars. I've seen quite a few already ready rolling into the meet. So many four-door R34s, so many 350 and 370Zs. This one, however, is different. I mean, you got the supercharger there and spark plugs that I would not want to have to change. But around the rear, we recheck out this R34 and the rear end of the R34, which is pixelated somewhat. Next up, blue S14, liveried Datsun Fairlady Z, and some orange wheels on the Subaru. I told you there were a lot of four-door barges here. We've got the brown R34, but we're back over the bridge again. That's where we entered down there. We've just done a full lap to only return here. This is where they're building, and they have actually put some more cars over this side. I love the amount of liveried vehicles that have come out the woodwork this year. Add van livery on the S2000. We shall look for a few more. And here, a Rocket Bunny RX7. And these clever guys have parked the Cappuccino next to the Stager, the tiny Cappuccino next to the barge that is the Stager. And then this little MX-5 has caught my eye as well, with the subtle orange details. Not too much to overdo it. It looks good. And it's often great fun looking at the club names of the stands at the show. You've got a variety of cars, R33 GTR, some K cars. These are Team Big Sexy Boys. And I said I was looking for some non-Japanese cars at the show. In the lineup of Mighty Accords, we have a Bugatti on display. Wide arches and canards on the CRX. And then even more on this 350Z with asleep headlights. He's turned the headlights off. We've got this Pikes Peak style splitter with canards up the side, through to the side skirts and down to the large spoiler on the rear, and the rear lights are asleep as well. Blacked out rear lights and a vast shadow. And this Mr. 2 is a sir. He has a moustache, but he's got his tongue out, so a little bit of contrasting attributes to the MR2. I think we've come across the far corner of the show. These cars are a little bit tucked out of the way. They've got Honda Beat in front of the S13 in yellow, which is the best colour. The Fuel Junkie section has put on a cool display. The Subaru 34 four-door, a colour-coded RX-7. Those splitters in the red look fantastic, and of course the Mark IV Supras over to the left-hand side. And beyond the Evo, we've got some vents that do indeed vent in the GT86. But on the Mazda, alternatively, we have the unventable options, including a sticker vent on the rear. We've got a gang of MX-5s with an intruder, the S2000s trying to blend in with the 1s and 2s. Little lineup of Smurfs, specifically unhappy Smurfs. We do have a beautiful rubber ducky with an on-fire helmet. But RIP to Sir Duckler, who was placed here before. He died September 22. We've been asked to sign the fenders, but someone's stolen the pen. Oh no, there's a pen! Yes! There's no room. MX-5 smell. What about the other side? Good effort on the Mayata typography, right? Whereas his mate is asked to look at his back. I don't know what I'm going to see. There's some happy exhausts. Why are we looking at the back? Happy exhausts, and that's it. We've definitely fallen into one of the MX-5 sections. There are many more around, with a few work in progresses on display. 2JZ and a GT86. I'd expect to see a Ferrari with a Honda badge here. This is a Honda with a Ferrari badge. A jazz, you could say. But whilst we've been enjoying the delights of the Honda section, there's another one of the MX-5 sections down here. But you can see a general overview of this side of the circuit, and then behind the grandstands is where we started and where we shall finish. And another non-Japanese car at the show, we have the Tesla, but this one has got the GT86 body on it, so it fits in well. There seems to be a rev off over there somewhere. I can hear it. The trouble with single make car sections is you just see a wash of GT86s, VRZs, GR86s. So we're going towards the more mixed section to see what gems we can find, such as the Toyota Verosa. Is that a full pro? You could say I'm on par with Max Verstappen because he too is on display with some back-rolled eyes. There is a bit of a revolution competition along here with the Subarus. I did say I was trying to avoid single make sections, but the revs brought me over. But all they've done is led me up to this pair of R34s, Millennium Jade with a Millennium Jade R32 behind it as well. Check out the stance on that 34. But as I said, you got more Millennium J behind it, the R32 GTST, and another one of the many R34 GTRs at the show next to a 33. And look who's joined the party, it's Pikachu. And a build in progress Rocket Bunny 350Z, still with its standard wheels for now. But the star of this part of the show is the MX-5 pulling half of an MX-5, or maybe like a third or a quarter of an MX-5 on the rear. So he's managed to get the rear end of a Mark 1 MX-5, painted it or wrapped it, I don't know, the same colour, and towed it from the back. It was bizarre seeing it coming. I guess you access from there and there? I don't know. I mean, I would have appreciated a fake exhaust in the back of the trailer, but otherwise, I'd like to see the lights all working at one as well. I suppose it's difficult buying 6 wheels for the car, but welcome to a rather impressive lineup. We've got the GTR Owners Club R32s, Bayside Blue R34 GTR. This is not the only one here. Another R32, R33, another R34 GTR. We've got the LM33 GTR, an Intruder, an R35, another Intruder, a complete and utter Intruder, another Intruder, the Stager, and then the pair of Bayside Blue R34 GTRs. There are 3 Bayside Blue 34 GTRs at the show, maybe about 15 34 GTRs in general. That is the classic rear end shot of the most legendary Japanese car of the bunch, as well as a Chaser in front, another legendary car. That one's dark green with rose gold wheels. But I'm following my ears past the Spoon Sports Integra and the turquoise S15 to some more evolutions and a bit of a crowd that has gathered around an MX-5. There's a reason we've stood this far back. I'll leave him to it. We've heard it. That's all we need. So we'll go back to the GTR Owners Clubs with the GTSTs. This is it. This is where I need to be. JZX 100, 100, 100, another Toyota Verosa, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 JZX 100 Chasers in a lineup with the 100 Mark II in the middle and a JZX 90 on the end. How about that? They are becoming so popular. I don't want to say common, popular at these shows, the Toyota Chaser. There is definitely at least 50 Chasers at today's show. In fact, if you come down here, you can see there's another JZX 100 Mark II and 2 more JZX 100 Toyota Chasers. I mean, everyone loves the white Chaser, but it's nice to see red as a different colour alternative. We've had green, there's a dark green one over there as well. They never made them in black, so if you see a black one, it will have been resprayed. Just walking through the little lineup of Chasers towards the GS 300 with the 2J, the wide arches, deep dish wheels, and this is an even earlier Toyota Mark II. I'm not quite sure of the generation, it could be an 80, finishing the lineup of boosted barges, some of which might not be boosted. Because everyone loves a white Chaser, t-shirts and hoodies obviously available. This RX8 has a picture of a different RX8 on the bonnet of it. So by the pits we have a slammed air-ridden Nissan GTR and an MX-5 who's found his friends, so many others he's passing by. And once again we've got a Japanese car with a non-Japanese badge. Why has it got a Ford badge on it? Is it powered by Ford? Around the rear as well, it looks like a Ford Probe, but no, it's a Zenki S14. I am unsure what is going on with this one. The bonnet's closed, so we can't see any more evidence. And the car in the Nissan Skyline section that I'm first paying attention to is not even a Nissan Skyline. It's the chrome gold Nissan GTR, one that wouldn't look out of place in Knightsbridge. Yes, another R34 GTR 32, and you'll never guess what's up here. Yes, it's another R34 GTR. And along this lineup, right at the end, is another R34 GTR. And in the Supra section, we have a Fast and Furious livery on this Mark IV, which behind has a Mark IV Supra with a Fast and Furious livery. It's the same but different, slightly different shades of orange in the Mark IV Supra lineup. This one's in Bayside Blue at the back of various different iterations of the Mark IV, including right up front, the diesel lifted off-roader Supra. Well, I was calling Chasers common, at least they're not quite as common as the Supra. And likewise, wise, at this show in particular, there's a vast quantity of stages. But intriguingly, none of them have R34 or 35 front-end conversions. They're all pretty standard in their visual front end. But this seems to be the show and shine section where the most of the crowd has situated themselves, with revs in the background. We've got the slammed 370Z, it was scraping on the way in next to the aired out Supra as well. Yellow obviously being proven to be the best colour on display. Turns out most of the crowd are signing a Micra, quite a clean Micra as well. But one of my favourites of the day is this touring car liveried Nissan Primera. Or it could be Primera. I haven't actually heard anyone say this word before, but I had a plan to get one of these and make exactly this out of it, but maybe no more, because it has been done. Neighbouring a purple wide-body R32, a pink Mark II MX-5, and just down from a lilac Daihatsu Copen. But it also appears we've got some awards trying to be presented. We've got a man on the microphone at the show and shine section trying to choose their favourite cars, like the pink DC5, the Nissan Laurel on display next to the Subaru with its rear in the air so you can see underneath. Here's something a bit different, a duo of Evos, this one with some headlight swapping going on. The other is fully carbon fibre. But as I got here, I missed one car in particular, and I know that it is inside this little pen here with Auto Finesse. So we start off with the JZX100, of course we do, because they're so popular here. But beyond the Subaru and the Supra, we have a 350Z resembling a Nissan GTR GT1 car. It's got a full body kit. R350Z is the badge on the front. That is the craziest 350 I have ever seen. The kit is properly widened the car. It's got GTR wheels as well, and one of the beefiest rear ends of the show. But it is this section that often houses some of the best cars of the show in some of the best colours, yellow being the best colour, of course. Yep, that's right, there's another R34 GTR, and more examples and shades of the best colour for a car. The liquid yellow Evo looking astonishing, and a P1 Subaru with another R34 GTR behind the crowd. But if you're sick of the 34 GTRs, here we have a four-door R34 drift car. Well, it's more of a show car, but it's got the livery. Now, this is how this car should look, but it's got a PS13 front end on it. So S13 or RPS and then PS next door, front end on the RPS, rear end the coupe rather than the saloon. It's same but different. But I finally achieved my unofficial goal of today of finding a non-Japanese car at the Japanese show. We've got an E36. I mean, if you take off the kidney grills, it could be excused for a smaller version of a Chaser. I'm just letting it off. It shouldn't be here, but it is. But I think it's time to go over the road to the other section and then capture the cars leaving. I got the mask. Thanks to East Side Japanese for giving these. They bought a batch of them. Of me. With me, there's two. Double Adam C content. You probably don't like that. Two for the price of one. There's too much of me. I'm sorry, but it's just hilarious. We've got demonstrations of the owner's artistic handiwork under the bonnet of the Micra. And further up, more art is being drawn currently on the Mark II MX-5. This is such a popular trend now. Oh, you're drawing a penis?
I'm trying to draw eyebrows to make it look angry, but it's not working.
An angry penis? Hi, Adam. Hello. Oh, look, the mission has been achieved as well. But my eager eye has found something incredibly rare in nature. This is a pregnant Toyota Supra. You can see the fetus inside, nestled away, waiting for birth. But I'm going to go back under the roads to the section that we started with, as this Evo makes a lot of noise upon his departure. Cars be leaving already. But I've been very much looking forward to going back over to this side of the field because we have some more Toyota Chasers and a whole section for Toyota Crowns and other VIP barges, whether they be boosted or not. They are here. The ground's quite uneven, so I'm trying to be smooth with this. I've never seen so many Crowns in one place. It's like a royal family parked on the grass. You got LS430s, LS400s, Soras. There must be a Chaser within this section somewhere because there are so many. This field probably has the greatest quantity of curtains, although I can't actually see any curtains so far. There's a Toyota Century, Mazda RX8
7, and red carbon fibre on the Evo next door. They have gone to town with the paintbrush on the RX8 with Japanese-inspired graphics all the way around in gold and bronze paint. But I'm going to have to rush through this side of the circuit, see what they've got before I film the cars leaving. Funnily enough, normally at these Japanese shows, R35 GTRs don't tend to show up too much. Obviously this show is very different, there's a whole section of them. So welcome back to the chaos of the start of the video. Most people are going along the trade sections, but we're going to have to avoid, unfortunately, to get a little look at some of the cars on display down here before I head to the exit. I really wish I had more time at these events to look at more cars individually, but there's just too many to film. We've got other videos to make. There are a bunch of S13s, RPSs and PSs in their display, and the high-vis R34 next to the yellow Supra being very deeply cleaned. Ah yes, I found myself in the Z section, yellow right at the back. 350 and 370Zs everywhere. Just beyond that, we've got the red R32, so many colours on display. We've got Ruby Stone on the S13, a green S14, the pink MX-5. This is where the sofa was. Ah, it's still there. Revolutions from the 350Z. The couch has probably been well used today. I could do with it, but I don't have time. Midnight Purple, sparkly on the Sora. S15, another S15 with chrome wheels. We've got the PS13, the green IS, another Toyota Chaser, LS400, orange on the S15 as well, and then yellow being the best colour has been selected for the S13 in the next section, which has a white Chaser, which everyone loves, which is just down from a revving 350 still, and the pink Mr. 2. Chasers are taking over the scene like a virus. As the value rises, so does their popularity, which is unusual. As well as the MX-5, this is another favourite of mine. It's got a roof box, colour-coded, and the Pajero Evo starts a lineup of Mitsubishi Lancer Evos, probably the largest collection of Evos I've seen in a long time. This one's lacking a spoiler, which is rare to see. Just gonna walk through this assortment of evolutions and evolution of evolutions, which finishes, of course, at the 10 with another 10. Some 10 out of 10 cars are here on display, including a boosted S2000. And this seems to be the trend for this year, having these cartoon-style graphics around a car, adding some detail and go faster stripes. This is the second car I've seen here. There was one in the Arrivals video. The wing mirror looks happy. And I promised in the Arrival video I would find out what is going on with this 350Z because it sounded turbocharged. And if you look here, it's got a large Garrett turbo. That is cool to see a turbocharged 350Z fully built as well. Of course, another trend is to draw on a car. There have been so many signatures, can't even read any of them. I've got one on the bonnet, but that's been written over the top of. Where we conclude with some boxy cubes and BBs and other various cars of similar shapes. So I hope you enjoyed that video from this year's Japanese festival at Silverstone. I'm going to go to the exit and film some cars leaving. Cars such as the purple MX-5. So make sure you hit that bell when you subscribe to be notified as to when that video goes live, because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of cars to see leaving the show. But I hope you enjoyed that video, but for now, thanks for watching.